that white woman's history has this exotic background of a lesbian.
So let me break down the stuff that they say. That video that I showed you about exposing all the people that's out there and all the stuff that they said to me and how they try to filter back and forth. They try to play with you like a pinball machine. The women try to destroy your confidence, destroy you, destroy your ego, destroy your masculinity. And then these dudes come in and try to sell you back to these women and try to say they got the secrets, they got the game. So here goes DJ Kuda and a couple other things that I snipped, and I'm gonna break it down, all the stuff that I'm gonna expose the stuff that they say.
Affair as opposed to a heterosexual quote unquote entanglement with a brother. It's very discriminatory. Very.
Yeah, but that comes from an insecurity level because that myth of the big black monstrous dick, they don't want to compete with it. They don't want to compete with that. So hold on. So they don't want to compete with that. So what they'll do is they'll err on the side of racism, but it's actually insecurity. Yeah.
When a white.
Well, it's insecurity because you're born with something that they wasn't born with. So they side with racism and all this other dumb shit. I showed you my experience. The women brag about the guys with the big packing, and the men brag about it. So the only weapon they have is to use other things against you. So you make sure that men have to use other things outside the bedroom to combat you. Because if you come in the game bigger and stronger than them, they're going to have to outthink you and outbeat you. Why are you crying about, why are you sitting there talking about insecurities when most of y'all are insecure and act like women? Y'all act like walking, talking dildos. And every time you turn around, you are judging another man based off his size. But you say it's insecurity, but you dudes make it guys insecure because you make fun of guys who ain't packing. Then you try to make it harder for these guys to have a relationship with people because you could just run up in and then you say, well, it is what it is. I'm bigger than you and I can mess with your wife because I'm the alpha male and all this other stuff. It ain't insecurity. It's basically blocking you motherfuckers off from not doing anything you want and putting limitations on you because so you don't get away with the stuff that you think you can get away with.
When a white man is having sex with his white woman, he does not want to picture in his imagination.
No. And now we know why this chick Mella, old ass chick Mella, is single. Saying he doesn't want to imagine his wife with a black guy or whatever she was saying. But on the side of the guys in SYSBM, we won't want to imagine our girlfriend, our wife, or whoever we talking to with a Pookie and Ray Ray. This is the reason why we don't want to mess with none of these chicks, because you already touched them and you already dealt with them, and we don't want to deal with them because you dealt with them. So it's not just the white guys that don't want the women you mess with. Black guys do the same thing too. This is why a lot of guys opted out or go SYSBM and choose other women.
Women's sexuality is the cause of your pain. This is what's going on with a lot of the brothers here. Yo, that last video was.
This is what's going on with a lot of brothers here. No, we already fine with their sexuality, dude. Don't try to weaponize this shit. We fine with it. We just don't want you to weaponize it against us. We don't want you to say, you gotta get this. You gotta get with these women. You gotta do this and do that and do this, and you're gonna end up with a woman. You gotta do this and do that. No. If I know her so-called sexuality, and I know that I'm not gonna be able to do what satisfy her or all this other dumb shit that try to put me in, why the hell would I get involved with this bullshit? I walk away.
Fire.
I thought you said insecurities.
This is a woman's sexuality is the cause of the pain. Well, you know, you can what's going on, Brian Will? You you can definitely Dollar Will too. Dollar Will in the building. You can definitely lead it back to insecurities because a lot of guys, once they know the true nature of women, especially if they haven't forgiven them. A man.
I heard the word insecurity too. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I heard
Well, we gonna have to revisit that with.
I went in your way of thinking. It's just way back. You know what I'm saying? If you could just get that out your way. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're constantly thinking on that level, you're never going to be sounding your thought process ever. It's always going to be
well, you got a group of brothers that says that when you abstain from sex, you get into what's called wolf mode, right? And a lot of times what they do is that that pressure, that mental pressure, what they do is they take.
Now, you see the dudes laughing, right? While Chinese men abstain from sex and Japanese men abstain from sex, and guess what? They're smarter than black dudes who get all the sex, and also they're more creative, and they have more money, and they have a better culture. So it's kind of like DJ Kuda was trying to tell this dude, but he was laughing at it because he's like, whoa, sex is the only good thing that I can do. I only dominate in sex. Anything outside of sex, I feel like a little boy. So I only can feel like a man when I'm doing it. So it's like them putting down other men because they don't want to have sex. And people know their sexual limitations, as I showed you in that other video. And people know the reactions of people. And like I said before in one other videos, that you're in a deficit if you're not fitting the description. They want you to do more because you don't fit a sexual thing. But they're not gonna do more. They're not gonna do equal. So why do more when you're not? Why do more when it's not supposed to be that way?
And they focus on their purpose. And they use that energy and accomplish catching all these feelings for you, but I'm not your girlfriend, so I don't know why am I
is the epitome of a man's desire.
No,
Isn't that what it's all about?
Get a briefing from the general, shout out to the general, and then we're going to
dudes, they with the no, but I know, but I want motherfuckers to understand. I want motherfuckers to understand that when they put that sick, emaciated white woman in front of you with the blonde hair, and she's very bony and shit like that.
Serious topic. Very serious that's happening here at Fort Hood. They did health and welfare. So initially, upon seeing the doll in the room, they initially thought it was a female, another, deceased female. Okay. So when they went to take the doll, they were met with some pushback, of course, from the soldiers. And then that's how it came out. How you answer the pose real quick. Answer the pose to the other conversation about whether or not white boys are dealing with sisters. I would tell you this because I do field studies dealing with soldiers, right? All the new soldiers, I catch them when they come in. I question. Just
raised.
Hell yeah, they got that shit.
On some serious stuff, I am very concerned about the mental well-being of men that resort to that type.
So, the old broad going on here, saying that a mental men who deal with sex styles and mental instability. So they want men who can't so-called satisfy women to satisfy women and don't get satisfied themselves. So what they want you to do is be a cuck to them and be kissing their ass, licking their ass, doing whatever you want to do because you come in with a deficit. This is why I say Kuda is showing his true colors when he let women like what's her name, that chick Sheila E. and Mella back on when Mella did a lot of crazy stuff and said a lot of crazy stuff to men, but he let her come back on, and then he listened to her opinion. Like this is why a lot of people are moving away from this dude. It's still people run away from women because women like you are a divorced woman of 2 divorces and your man left you, and you wonder why guys choose sex styles. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. And then guys that are on the smaller scale are told that they got to do all this extra shit in order to fulfill a woman and all this other. So why not choose the better choice that you're going to get satisfied and it's just about you? Not about all overly pleasing a woman because you lack something, right?
Type of behavior, and that's my statement.
No, it's just no. That's a. It's women understanding that they're being traded in for an inanimate object, and the thing is, No, that's exactly where it stems from.
That is a mental.
No, listen.
It's a mental breakdown, but this chick is a drunk, and she caused the man to not even want to be with her. So who's she calling a mental condition when she's always on panel saying something different? These women do not make their case. They literally making men just run off.
Down.
I do have my own thoughts about dudes that mess with dolls, because that's like a dead body.
Yeah, that's weird, bro.
It's weird, and it's like a dead body. Woo! And this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the bullcrap that I'm talking about with these dudes. They want you to be a woman's slave or be a player and get the game, and then end up being a woman's slave again. Because guess what? Ain't no, there's you're gonna have to do a lot of talking, a lot of convincing, probably like 100 hours of fucking talking to a chick just to convince her to let you in her panties because you're small. And it's weird to them that guys will walk away because they know that they're getting beaten out by guys who just born with it, and they're letting them, they're going out here doing all this random shit, and they're imprinting on every woman they can see, and it makes it harder for other men to actually go out here and connect with women, because these women are already ruined. So what is weird about it, that guys want to keep themselves safe and unstressed?
That I hit the States with black men.
If you can get over the dead body effect,
I've been said that.
you know what I'm saying? That's like a dead body. It's like
Yeah,
you know.
that's beyond.
Necrophilia. That's just basically.
Yeah, it's training.
Librarian broads.
Now he's trying to conflate women who so-called smart librarian bras, and he's trying to like make this whole point of this bullcrap that we all know it's not true. They're all the same.
Appreciate him for that. Nobody else told me that. Y'all just let.
Because as a man, you have to be the one doing the turning out.
Nothing, man. That's just something to do.
You say some crazy shit when you're in the moment.
Late, but
It's a lot of bread, man. I'm about to wrap that up, but it's not liking those type of women dealing with the so-called fucked up shit. Have all the answers. Streaming, the first thing I heard was, "Women have all the answers." From the.
Wait. Can you repeat what you just said?
Wait. Right.
No. Wait. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
Nah, I gotta push the record button.
Nigga gotta screenshot this shit.
No, seriously, man. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
This ain't a concubine, man. I hopped on Kuda's channel, and like on the streaming, the first thing I heard was, "Women have all the answers." Wow.
Women had all the answers. I kind of, all the screenshots that I showed you and all the mixed signals and stuff that they said to me and all the things they said, if I took all of the things that they said to me, then should I have done it? If women have all the answers. Now, the downfall of DJ Kuda is like, it happened in like 1 month or 2 months or whatever. By the end of August and probably September, all this stuff probably gonna blow over, and I want to see what it looks like. Because Mr. Fantastic is going hard on DJ Kuda. Zero distancing himself from DJ Kuda. Marco is pretty much, I think, distancing himself from everybody. Cause I think he don't like that. He don't like what Sheila E try to paint him to be. So it's a lot of stuff going on. And it's kind of like passport gate somehow. It's kind of like the new passport gate. So we're gonna go to another live that happens where I'm gonna break what this dude Epic said.
Have all the answers. We need to get started. I got a question for that. How do you lead? How do you lead dysfunction? How do you lead it?
With MOT. Men like MOT in a way. Because if I've been listening to the rhetoric, especially for the past year, they've been saying they want a genuine woman. A woman that with high sex value, a woman that's professional, that's not ratchet and all this stuff. And I'm very disappointed with this space because I've noticed that's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day.
So this dude Epic Empowerment, whatever his name is, right? MOT already said that he has a girl. But he's trying to conflate, the dude Epic is trying to conflate that the women that we said we don't want, we actually want because we're complaining about them and we're doing this and we're doing that. And this is what this dude trying to do. He's trying to make it all about women, that trying to make himself feel important because he wasn't in this. He dipped out of this space for like almost like a couple months now. But he was on the side of MOT and SYSBM and going against the other people. And then now he's turning on MOT and talking about MOT is this, MOT is that. MOT already said it that he had a girl. Just like when Game Changer said he had a girl. And then when Jessica X and Game Changers went off, she said, "Oh, anyone could get a girl." So these dudes do not like to listen when you say that you have something, and they don't like to listen. They like, "Oh wow," they like to make themselves feel like they can put a narrative out there that so it can make you look bad. But the narrative is fucking flawed because MOT already has a girl. So he already practiced what he's preached. Just like other lot of men in the space who's married. They practice what they've preached. They don't want these Tanishas and Keishas. And a lot of men are getting shamed because they're standing from these Keishas and these ghetto ass women and these problematic mentally ill women and these women with kids and all these women with diseases and STDs, and they're getting sex styles and pockets, and they stick in the porn hub and all that other stuff, and they getting shamed for it. But dudes like you will not listen to them. You just wanted to be about you. And listen to what he says.
Hey, it's all about sexual access to women.
It's all about sexual access to women. Are you serious? And I can go on MOT's 20 videos and it's not even about that. But because he was the chosen one with these women, he want to make himself be more high value and want to make MOT, a millionaire who do better than him, be less valued than him. I have seen so many people in this sector disrespect MOT, and you wonder why people don't want to work together with black people, man.
That he just cannot get. That's what men go. That's why men goes to his space. Why a lot of you guys go to his space, because y'all want sexual access to women that you cannot get for some reason. Cause like I
want sexual access to women don't want reasons. A lot of guys already told you that they don't want the sexual access. That shit is false. We already told you that these motherfuckers got STDs, they got kids, they got all types of shit going on, mental issues, taking antidepressants. Who wants them? But you dudes. We're past that shit already. But let's see how long he.
I said the narrative was about not liking those type of women, dealing with the.
No, the message was never about messing with those women and not those type of women. You conflating the message. The message was not messing with these women in general. It was not messing with people like yourself. It's not messing with people who would turn on you because you mad because Pookie and Ray Ray's not getting the spotlight. when Pookie and Ray Ray, well, let me break that down. Let me get to that.
The so-called fucked up men then coming back to the so-called the good brothers and the educated brothers, because now you want them to be the clean up man. I completely understand you brothers' perspective on it.
No, you don't. Because if you understand that, you wouldn't have said, oh, you just want access to these women. No, because access to these women means that we got to deal with their problems, like you are dealing with the fallout of what you probably did to them. So, no, it was always that message of that. And we moved on. And now you're trying to reset the conversation, like Zero said, and say it's about us trying to get with them. We've been past it. We are showing the younger youth, we are showing other people that, guess what? It's not good to mess with these women. A lot of us are content with not messing with them. We are content with not being around them. We're trying to show other people not to mess with them and not mess up their life and lose their property. Get their property damaged, end up getting a disease they shouldn't have got, or end up dealing with a person who had mental illness, and you gonna end up getting the mental illness from dealing with these people. So it's never about that.
I'm like, yes, I don't blame y'all for not liking them type of women, but now it has changed to just hate any brother from the hood. It's like, just because.
Now he's gonna go on a diatribe about hating people from the hood. Well, let's see. You just disrespected a millionaire, then you try to act like it was about sexual access. You hood dudes has been in the spotlight. You've been uplifted for 50 years. 50 effing years. We've been hearing about you being a warrior class. We've been hearing about women feeling sorry for you for 50 years. All the crazy stuff you did. All the people that you took out. All the people you robbed. All the drugs you sold. All the people you hurt. All the stuff that you did in the neighborhoods. And for some reason, you get to come back and act like you a good brother and try to use the good brothers to hide in with them and try to act like and jump into conversations because you went to jail or you at the end of your rope. You saw too many of your homeboys get killed. You saw too much of the street life and you made too many enemies and you have to turn legit. So you need the educated guys to come in the group and be like, oh, I'm good too. I like you guys. I'm cool with you like you did. You came in acting like you was not a hood dude. And you're mad because guess what? We don't like hood dudes because hood dudes had the spotlight for over 40 years. We're tired of hearing about you. We're tired of you being the representation of black people. We're tired of you doing stupid stuff. We're tired of seeing mugshots of you. And we're tired of you being the focus of everything in the black community. You want 50 more years of your reign on the black community when you haven't moved the needle not once? And you're mad because now the educated men and the men who don't get women and all this other stuff, we made a platform and we have voices now, and within 10 years straight, you had 50 years to change a lot of things, and we changed things in at least 10 or 15 years with our rhetoric and talking. And now we change a lot of brothers' mind, making sure people are aware and changing lives while you still doing the same thing, running out of rope. All the guys in the hood are not content with being hood dudes. You run from yourself because you know you have no choice but to run from what you used to be. But the brothers who never had no record, we don't run from our consequences because we don't have to deal with consequences. We actually learned to be a productive person or a good person or a person who has good karma, so we don't have to watch our back or watch our shoulder, or we don't have to run and try to change up our life and change our character or do all this and act like we good. We've been good from the start and nobody cared to give us any kind of praising. Now, when we finally got praised for being good content creators, reaching out to people like us, you getting mad because the spotlight on you, just like the women that you post up that you think that we want access to? Come on, man.
Tax bracket that makes him a bad person. Forget his morals and values. Forget that he's actually there for his children.
Morals and values? Wait. Morals and values. I can tell that you, as street dudes and Pookie and Ray Ray, how you have morals and values when you quick to use violence instead of words and intelligence. You don't have morals and values because you wouldn't be telling people to pull up and fight and knocking people out and all this other stuff. There's better ways to deal with people instead of violence. There's better ways to deal with it. But you don't understand why we don't want guys like you around. And we want you to out of our space, and we don't want to hear you, because guess what? People been listening to you people for 50 years. We sick of it. It's time. It's our time now. We changed the minds of many people in 15 years. And we just getting started. While you did your dirt for 30 years, 20 years, or 15 years at the most, and now you want a second chance to be what we was from the beginning? Hey, go back in the line. Go back, go start in the line. You can't have these conversations until you get where we at. At least 5 years. 5 years of you learning how to speak even correctly, or speak to other brothers the correct way and not disrespect people. Then we can talk and everything else. But for me, I think guys like you, for doing what you did, you should be taxed to talk to us.
Forget if he's actually even trying. But just because he has a certain mentality, that makes him a bad person. A lot of y'all brothers think I'm a bad person.
Wait, but you just said that we can't get women and all this other stuff, but you're doing the same thing you're trying to conflate us of doing to you. Because, like I said, you had 50 years of you doing the same thing. And for me, the video I showed before this one, to me that y'all don't want y'all reign to end, y'all 50-year reign to end. And to me, it's like bullies. It's like a bunch of bullies who don't want to be in the position of the people who they used to bully. This happens in real life. There's countries who got bullied by other countries, and when they took power, they started bullying them. It's your turn to get bullied now. Don't cry, don't get mad, just take it. And remember the stuff that you said to other men when they had no power and no voice. You're talking about stuff online. This is our power online because everything's online now. The coronavirus just exposed that this online stuff, people need it. You need the social distance. You can't be outside all the time.
Just because of how I talk, yes, I'm always gonna be a hood nigga. I be in the hood every day. But at the same time, you don't know, I'm a 7-year Army vet. I'm going to be a teacher just to help young black boys. Then I'm a barber. I've given out over 1,000 free haircuts, even to single mothers to help their sons.
I give free haircuts to single mothers in the hood. But didn't you just try to converse and say, oh, I understand you brothers that don't want to deal with these women who deal with Pookie and Ray Ray, me, and coming back to y'all and being a cleanup man, but try to use you helping single moms while you having sex with them in the back? Are you serious? You giving women free haircuts, which is not really free because you're banging their moms, but you trying to act like that's some kind of like, oh, we should give you a award? That you was in the service for 7 years? Because what? This is the same status, the same MO. that we had to deal with for years. There's guys out here that been good 20 years before you. Doesn't matter you're 7 years in the service, you doing community. We need to pay attention to people who was doing the good stuff before you. And they was doing stuff and they had to choose the street stuff. But you don't care about that because it was all about you for 50 years, man.
But it's all about sex. If these brothers is being disingenuous, man of tomorrow, I would never respect you.
Again, I hear Aaron Terrell said his girl. It seemed like these dudes don't know how to, like, they don't listen. And it shows how disrespectful they really are towards guys like us and guys like MOT and everything else, because he already said he had a girl. And it's all about sex to MOT? Wow.
Because I believe he was one of the biggest disingenuous guys that's up here. Because I believe misery loves company. He's trying to set up all these young guys to be miserable, just like him. It's all about sex. That's why the argument goes, and that's why I'm so pissed off at this space, because niggas is being disingenuous. I'm still cool with people like Mr. Fantastic, Game Changer, because they're genuine. I'm thinking, listen, if it's all about sex, what I'm saying is that's fine, but just say that. And that's why I believe they don't like guys with difference of opinion. This supposed to be about helping young black.
They don't like guys different in opinion, but you you must not watch MOT, because MOT is all about trying to. You say they want to be miserable, but you're not elaborating how miserable that he wants them to be, to make everything about sex. Dude, you made things about sex because you just said it. You're trying to overvalue the women that you had access to try to put it on other men that say they're mad because they didn't have access to these women. Oh wow, that's pretty hypocritical of you, man.
Black men. So how about we let other black men with oppositions, with difference of opinion, come on and let him talk without being interrupted?
Wow. And when we go in your spaces, any kind of like educated man or man who got a sex style, how do that work out? Taz calling people bitch niggas and all this other stuff. You talking about pull up and all this other stuff. All this ghetto shit, and we gonna fight and we gonna pull guns, and you talking down to niggas saying they don't get pussy and they don't have good clothes and they live with their mom and stuff. Why would I want you to even talk to me in my space when I know from the jump you don't respect me? Because if you respected men like you said you did, of a different opinion, then you would have never came at MOT and you would have listened to every word he said when he said he had a chick. Also, you would have known that it ain't about sex. You would have read the situation a lot better than you did now. But instead, you try to save people in this space. Why are you bitching and complaining about the men who think about sex and disingenuous men to let you talk? Are you mad because now you can't talk your shit? You can't talk your shit whatever you want. Now you got pushback to guys online. Now we have a stage where we can keep ourselves safe from ending up with black on black crime and black on black violence, where when you don't like when another black man says something, you gonna try to harm him or put him in the grave or put him in a hospital. So it's better to have this online and have a controlled environment where we stay away from dudes like you, so we don't have to get into no violent altercations, because that's what we know that y'all default setting. That's why we don't want you around, because you turn it into a fight, you turn it into some other stuff, and then you wonder why we don't want you to participate in any kind of participate in any type of discussions.
Anytime a guy try to say, oh, yeah, I agree with you brothers on that, but I'm pointing out what we fucking up too. Oh, you separate it, and that brother get...
Yeah, because we was tired of hearing from you for 50 years. We heard your point. Everything that y'all do, helping single moms, free haircuts and all that stuff, that didn't change the community. Let somebody else change the community. Give it to us. If we mess up, we'll say we messed up. Unlike you people won't admit it. You trying to hide behind us and act like we was doing all the dirt, but you was doing the most dirt.
Disrespected. It's the same thing that they claim they hate. I'm seeing hypocrisy going on. And that's what I'm seeing in this space. But the thing is, I'm not here to beef, but I don't gotta respect you. I don't gotta like you. And I'm not gonna respect him because he's disingenuous. He's just another fuck up. He's just from a fuck up generation. The Generation Xers that want the millennials to live like them. They trying to live their lives. Hold up.
Other people's mistakes.
Say something. Y'all niggas get emotional. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. You can pull up to my house.
Shut your bitch ass up and pull up to my house. Every time guys like you jump in a conversation, it always gets to this violent shit. And you wonder why nobody wants you around. You wonder why nobody wants to have you here. No one is more emotional than people like y'all. Y'all not getting your way, just like the black women who ruled over the black community for 50 years. Now you're mad because you don't have a voice. And you're mad because nobody want to listen to your rhetoric no more. The younger generation wants to listen to new people. They seen guys like you do the same thing over and over and over again. We tired of the street dude who had to go to jail just to fix their correct and be a productive, good person. They want new dudes who haven't went to jail, who haven't did any dirt, to tell a younger generation to be just like them. They're tired of the pookies. They tired of the raiders, tired of the drug dealers. They tired of the ex-players, the ex-pimps, trying to be good citizens after they messed up and after they did their dirt. So you're mad because we have a little bit of a hold on a younger generation, and we're trying to save these kids from being another you or anybody else, and we want them to be good from the start. Not mess up and then be good all together.
Bitch. That's how I feel about it. Come on, brother. Come on. Hey, hold on. In our environment, older fellas, they ain't know, we damn sure they go ahead and hit the shit. We have to express themselves better than the person.
Have to be receptive to learn from other people's mistakes. You sound muffled.
If you idea, because the woman, she needs to want to be with you. Bitch, you see that the dudes ain't gonna understand them, and they ain't gonna understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help me.
The message, motherfucker, well, I'm not about to pick you up to speed. I'm about to be on the pace that I've been on. And whoever's on that level, that's where that's.
Now we got a pimp type dude trying to tell you he ain't gonna pick up nobody to get them game with women and all this other bull crap. But the fact is, these are the same dudes who want the smart guys to help them out with things that they don't know and don't understand. So if a guy does that to them, they're gonna scream and yell at them.
I'm fucking with. I ain't about to go back in the bag of all the shit I already. That's what I think. Shit, I'm gonna leave it right there.
Hold on, I'm saying, could you do that though? Say you 35 and you done with women. Could you do that? Say you gonna live another, say 40 years, 75. You gonna go flatline. For 40 years, you gonna flatline.
The message, motherfucker. Well, I'm not about to
move forward with the game because it's going over niggas' heads, man. It's voice of reason saying, I don't know, even if you got money, I don't know if that's a good idea because the woman, she needs to want to be with you.
So, this dude says, if you got money, the woman has to want you. So basically, these dudes already admitting that they only for women. The woman has to be for you and with you and all this other stuff. This dude, Platinum, is trying to build his channel up. So he's trying to make it seem like he's helping dudes, but he actually making dudes slaves to women. Because you gotta make her feel wanted and all this other stuff. Other cultures, they got this woman stuff locked down. You either part of the man's program, or you bounce, or you become you're a shameful person in that community, and you don't get the benefits of being in that community. That's it.
Bitch, fall in love with you. It's just not happening.
Thick motherfucker too. They'll put a Joe motherfucking Biden stick on their car tonight.
That's my vote. I got your rules, dog.
The point is that I'm doing the shit I do. You know what I mean? For you to actually get it out there so we can understand and so I can try and break it down to you to show where I have done it or other brothers have done it. And then if you feel like, well, no, then we give me another example and we'll keep going until we figure it out or we just agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you. But listen, okay, since we got there, listen. Mr. Fantastic, you actually got some balance about yourself. You can actually listen to both sides. But I'm talking about majority of the people. I'm talking about majority of people in this space. Listen, you see what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to listen because y'all don't want me to tell the truth. The truth is, y'all know I'm a hood nigga, and y'all continue to be on the streets. Let him go.
I'm a hood nigga and you don't want to meet me on the streets. And you wonder why nobody wants you in this space. See, these dudes know that the street shit is almost done. That street shit is almost done. And a lot of these dudes these dudes actually they had the understanding that eventually that street shit it has an end game. And they either going to lose their life or lose their freedom over it. So now they got to go to YouTube because they see that they think it's easy money. And they figured out coming into space was going to be easy because they had the game and the street stuff and all that other stuff. But then they see that they getting beat out by the guys that they never thought they was going to ever beat. The technology age, the younger generation is starting to see all the stuff come together and they smarter. And they're like, no, I don't want to be like you. No, I don't want to hear you. You sound like everybody that told me that I was this and I was that. I'd rather listen to an MOT, a Game Changer. I'd rather listen to a Zero. I'd rather listen to any of these other dudes than you. You sound like somebody that I ran away from. You sound like my family members. And then they don't get it. Oh, man, why you all listening to these clown-ass, weak behind dudes? These guys are weak and lame, man. These guys disingenuous. Dude, stop begging. Go to a hip-hop sector. Go to a sneaker sector. There's other sectors out here that you can go to. Go to them. They've been the main source of y'all hood dudes for the past 50 years. Go to sectors that y'all cool in. My bad. It's oversaturated in those sectors. So you can't make it, but you think that you can make your bread off of intelligent brothers and the newer generation. And you can't do it and you're mad because the thinking men, the smart men, are outbeating you with intelligence and outbeating you without even actually sitting there using the same word and verbiage as you.
Listen, nigga. No. 1 second, Happy. Okay.
Just 1 second. I'm gonna do this. I'm learning my lesson. Don't y'all niggas leave. It's me and Epic. Epic, go.
This why I can't talk to them stupid ass niggas that just left. This the problem.
Hey, don't even focus on them. Nigga, it's me and you.
I got you.
Get it out.
I got you. This the goddamn problem. You saying nobody want y'all respect me. Most of these niggas in the chat know when they talk all that. You seen my last comment I made. When these niggas throw little shots and all this shit, like you said, I'm a hood nigga. They know I hold their feet to the fire. I put my address in your chat yesterday, and none of these bitch ass niggas talking about.
Default setting. Violence. We're thinking men. You can't even handle. Why is it that these type of hood dudes can roast people, have sex with other people's wives, call people weirdos and all this other shit, but they can't take an intelligent back and forth without disrespect?
Listen, it's all good. I'm with it. The thing is, these niggas, they hate anybody that don't push their nerves. They hate balance. Their problem is, they hate niggas like me because I don't have the same problem with women that they.
Default setting again. I don't have the same problem with women like them. That's not it, dude. You hate us because we don't depend on women. You hate us because you don't know how many kids that men like you have literally deterred away from the black culture and may not want to be black or not want to be part of the black ghetto culture. Like, you have turned off a lot of black young boys. They don't want to be like you. They don't want to talk about vagina all the time. They want to find alternatives so they can be happy with life. And that's what we give them. Different guys, the younger guys, don't want to listen to y'all anymore. They listened to y'all before. They see y'all. Y'all, like I said before, man, y'all had 50-something years to change stuff and all this other crap, and y'all didn't do it. All y'all did was party and fuck and fight and rob and scam and all this other stuff that got y'all in trouble. And now you really think that you can go in the realm of men who don't have their hands dirty and come in and try to talk about street stuff? Me in the internet age, man. Start being smarter than this, dude.
They hate me because I can fuck the woman that they can't get. Look in the chat what's going on.
Mad at you because you can bang the women that we want. Oh my God. They just don't get better with their talking points, do they?
These niggas don't got no balance. These niggas don't want to hear both sides.
Why are you crying on here? We don't want to hear both sides, dude. You didn't, you educate, you guys, you thug hood dudes benefited off of destruction for so long. And it showed that y'all didn't like balance, because if you did like balance, the men you said who don't get women, you would have shared these women with these same men that you said don't get women. So it shows that overall you don't like balance. Because if you did like balance, you would have made it equal for them to get what they want, so you can come to the table with something to bargain with, so people can listen to you. But since you try to use the women to bargain with, you lose altogether, and now you seem like a crybaby now.
They only want to hear one narrative. And thing is, you see all this smoke they got for me in the chat? They ain't have none of it.
No, you hood dudes have been on the same narrative for years and years and years. I keep saying it, 50 years. We're tired of it. You been to jail, you went to the military, you this and that, and all this other crap. We heard it too many times. We tired of hearing this story. We want to hear more stories about men who didn't go to jail, who didn't do all this crazy stuff, who did it good from the start.
This smoke for that white boy yesterday after he called all them niggas dumb. They cowards and they scared of white men in their shows. They go for weak, they go so they think it's weaker targets. And that's black women, and they think Cookie and Ray.
So you just admitted that the women that you have sex with and try to overvalue are weak, and you try to say, well, Pookie and Ray, we're not weak, we're strong men, and we're this and we're that, we're better than you guys because we can get the sex, but you guys are weak and lame, and you got one narrative. Stop crying, man. I mean, I never seen this shit I never seen this stuff in my life. I never seen on our side, I never seen us crying to be in y'all spaces. I never seen the guys who were rejected begging on y'all platforms to be heard and have a balanced conversations. Drug dealers and all these other pimp stories and all this other stuff in the B1 side. No one begged. No, I never seen anyone beg to be on your side and come on a panel and set us on the side of the pro-blacks. Oh, please, y'all not fair and balanced with y'all. We are fair and balanced, because if it was the B1 side, I think we would have already got blocked.
But the only thing is, they can only go get Pookie and Ray on the internet.
And mind you, this dude let Taz on his panel, a dude like Rudem on his panel, a dude like BAB, and remember, him and BAB fought on Game Changers panel about something, And then she was like, "You a Pookie every nigga," and talking all that crap to each other. And magically, she in his chat box now. Then China White, the fake China White, who was so-called feminine and all that, was an agent for B1. And she used to be on Game Changers panel. Now she in Epic panel. But he want to talk about fair and balance. And this all to get numbers on his side. All to get numbers. These B1 fools are trying to come back in the black manosphere or try to start up stuff.
And not real life, and that's why they hate me, because they couldn't see me in real life, just on the internet with their goddamn words. This was going on in this space. Exactly. I'm done for right now.
So that's all we're talking about, bro. Again, or whatever.